Ethan and Josh, can you please sing us the podcast intro?
But I hate doing this.
I'll do the
I hate
beatbox.
doing this.
Bum, bum,
The podcast.
bum,
I mean, I like the podcast. I hate the song. The end.
Hello and welcome to the Chaotic Voyage podcast. I'm Cameron, your captain as always, and with me is Officer Vassie.
Hello.
Engineer Ethan.
Morning.
Not morning. And Chef Josh.
Good night.
Wow.
Everyone's confused now.
Yeah.
Or we got every demographic. Also, Paul
Every-
Johnson isn't here because he's watching Detective Pikachu. So, good on him.
Amazing. We can't wait to hear his review.
I hope he learned something.
Vassie, you had some topics lined up, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Go.
Also, can we just... Why do you make us do the podcast intro song? I feel like
Because it's hilarious.
a pleb, and the captain is just like, now sing! Minions, peasants. That's what it
But
feels
you're
like.
a guest. It's your honour to sing.
Oh, is it? Okay. I'll just keep that in mind next time, that it's an honour.
Yes. Just like being able to vote. Here in Australia, it is required by law that we do. How does everybody feel about that? Alright, shall we have another topic?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Let's do
sounds
it.
good.
Alright. Everybody is familiar with the idea of cosplay, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Cosplay. Yep.
How do we feel about people walking around on the street in like full-blown cosplay?
Is
Like,
this like
they've just been to a festival, or they do this every day kind of thing?
They do this every day. They're just going to like have coffee or do their grocery shopping or just going to pick something up in the mall.
okay? I feel like
But,
at that
every day they get into full-blown cosplay.
at that point, I feel like it's weird.
Yeah.
Like-
I don't know, man. I'm much of the mentality, like, if they're having fun, then sure, man, do what you want. But if I have to give an opinion, then it's fucking weird. Alright? Sorry. It's just weird.
Yeah, if it gets to the point where you have to like kind of wear it, it becomes kind of weird.
Like, I'm all for, like, comfortable clothes and being comfortable, and I cannot imagine being in a cosplay every day as being comfortable.
But like, what if they truly believe that like that's their best version of themselves?
Okay, so this is like a thing that's like a part of their... It's not just a fun thing they do, it's like something they have to do.
It's like a part of their identity.
Well,
Okay, well then
then
things
that's
have just
different.
gone too far, and I need to stop.
Well, it's different.
They
I
need help.
guess.
These people need help. If we see them, we should give them hugs and tell them it's all going to be okay, and then we should take them to a doctor. Do you guys know anyone who does this? Should I be
don't.
apologizing?
Don't think you need to take him to a doctor.
Some
Like, it's
kind
not
of
really
doctor.
an issue.
They got to
but
see
it's
someone.
kind of just-
Take them to their parents.
I don't know. It's not an issue, but it's just
What
not
if it
the
gets to
norm.
the point where it's like they go to apply for a job and the guy's like, you can't come in your cosplay.
So you cannot carry swords into a job interview.
And he goes, this is not a sword, it is my katana.
Oh fuck!
Did you just defend
Jeez,
my katana?
that's horrible.
And cuts him in half.
Fair enough. Look, I think if they're more comfortable in it, then go for it. But I think there's a line. And for me, the line is like leaning on it as a crutch. Because
I just didn't even know that people did this. So
they're all in the city. If you've never been
wait,
into
there's
the, if you
people in
haven't been into the
Adelaide
city-
who do this.
Yeah, if you haven't been into the city lately, you haven't seen them, but they're out there.
I've been missing
It's
out.
like-
I'm gonna
Yeah,
go join
I go
them.
I go in every Thursday, and you see them a lot, and they're just walking around, catching buses and stuff. And I'm like, really?
How long has this been going on for? Is this like just the last couple of years or something?
Yeah, a good couple of years, I would say.
I've never seen it.
You've
No.
never seen it either.
No.
Ah,
Like whereabouts?
seen
Rundle
them.
Mall?
Yeah, in the mall, in all like the surrounding side streets. We go like Chinatown and then into the mall.
See,
And you
I
see
don't
it.
go to the city enough, so I would see that and just think they're just out for a bit of fun, like having a. But if they're doing that every day,
Yeah, there's
Why?
people who you see and you're like, you clearly can tell that they're not going somewhere. They're just having a stroll, having a shop.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's something that I shouldn't have an opinion on because I just have no idea what the hell they're doing. But I'm telling you, it's weird. Anyway, it's weird.
I think. No, you go, Eve.
Fun?
Were you saying something?
No.
Okay. I think it's weird, but like, you can kind of do whatever you want. Like if a man's gonna dress up in like a dress, like go for it. Go whatever. You want to walk your cat through the city? I don't care. Do whatever. But if it gets to the point where they become like, I can't leave home unless I'm cosplaying, then it's like, okay. Maybe
Are they like
you need
that,
to
though?
take a sit back. But see, I don't know. I don't talk to anybody who does it.
I guess
Or
I'm
is
gonna have
it
to go
just-
undercover.
Just they do want to do it because it's like fun, I guess.
I'll
But then-
dress up as a character and go undercover and ask them why they do this.
You're gonna dress up as Pikachu.
I'm sure if that's easy, if it's comfortable, then why not? I just put like a yellow pillow on myself and cut some holes in it. That'll be alright.
What about the ears?
Just sticky tape some TV remotes to the top. Gonna improvise.
I can't hear Josh. I don't know what he's doing.
Leave and rejoin.
Yeah, Vassy, you need to rejoin.
My signal's 100% though.
Can you hear Josh?
My message isn't even. Did it send? Hello? Can you
No,
hear
it
me?
didn't send.
I can
is
hear
the
you,
one
Josh.
he keeps dropping out. Oh wait, maybe I did get a message from Josh.
Hello?
No, I didn't.
Hello?
I'm trying to sell a car, right? And I'm like 2'6", and the girl's like,
Hello?
hi Josh.
Hi.
Oh, you can hear me? Oh,
Now I can. I'm trying to sell this car, right? And I'm like 2'6", and the girl's like, just wondering if this is available, and if so, would you consider lowering the price somewhat? It's a bit over my budget. And I'm like, hi, yes it is. I would a little bit, but in all honesty, not a whole lot. What price are you thinking? And she goes, you probably wouldn't go for 1,500. Ha. And I'm like, no. I definitely wouldn't. That's
No.
under $1,000.
Ha.
That's like over $1,000 less
Yep.
than what I want.
Please tell me you put the no. Ha!
yeah.
I should. Is that mean?
Wow, Ethan. Nice
Huh?
joke.
I'm just gonna say no.
I was
Da, da,
also
da.
thinking of it, Josh, so...
Sorry.
fuck
Uh,
you.
That's
yeah,
a
no,
bit
it wasn't a tough joke to come up with, was
low
it?
for
Yeah.
me. Ha.
Where were we before
that
the
me?
bloody disconnect started happening?
Wait a sec. Is that
But-
mean for me to say like ha in
Yes,
my
it
no?
is. Yes, it is.
Say no. Sorry, that's a bit low for me.
That
It
is
is,
like
but
the
it'll be-
most
it'll be
sassiest way
funny.
you can respond. No, don't do it.
It
I'm
would
not
be
gonna do
funny.
it. It's okay. We
Shit.
were talking about.
And I'll be back and need to grab some charger.
Okay, fair enough.
I had it in my
We're
head just
talking-
then. Literally just then I had it. What was it?
We're talking about katanas.
Oh yeah, the anime people. I think.
Who you would cosplay as to go undercover.
Oh yeah, I was saying that you asked how I would put ears on Pikachu, and I said
Pikachu,
I would sticky tape television remotes to the top.
What?
Yeah.
Inside the pillow or outside the pillow?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to
Doesn't
me.
it?
I don't know.
One way they'll be yellow and one way they won't.
I don't know, man. Depends how much time I've got. Cut some holes in it. Stick the remotes in the pillow if I have to.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I'll probably like go undercover, and then a week later we'll still be doing the same thing, and you guys will be like, "So you figured out what their deal is?" And I'll be like, "Huh? What are you talking about?"
You're
I'll
like,
just-
what deal?
I'll
Who's
just be
got a deal?
cosplaying as well.
You have joined
Forever.
the other side.
It's like a cult.
It definitely seems like very culty. But like, I don't think it's meant to be culty, is it? Like, I don't watch a
doubt
lot
it.
of animes, so I don't really
Understand.
Don't really get
I'm
it.
not a nerd.
Ooh.
Debatable.
You and Cam need to back off, honestly.
I don't think
You
cults
seem
have
pretty
anything to
offended.
do with anime, unless there's
You
an
seem
anime
pretty
about a
offended.
cult.
when people call you a nerd.
That's because I'm not a nerd.
It's a compliment. Take it. Jeez.
I don't think it's a compliment.
Nerd
is
culture
it?
is like the
Are,
way.
are you
these
saying
days.
it's bad to be a nerd?
I'm not saying it's bad to be a
I
nerd.
think
I'm just
you
saying
are.
I'm not a nerd.
Did you
You're
enjoy
pretty defensive
Avengers?
to not be a nerd.
Which Avengers, Josh?
The latest one.
Endgame?
Yes.
No, it did not live up to my expectations.
Ooh, Cam! Cam, what
He
are you
already
doing?
knows it. Didn't you listen to the podcast last week, Josh?
No, I very rarely listen to them.
Fake fan. I
Fake
think that
fan,
should be
fake
this
member.
week's episode title. I rarely listen to the podcast.
Hey, look, you're trying to like spin it
Oh.
away from me now. You just said the Endgame didn't live up to your expectations. Cam,
Speaking about never living up to the never never listening to the podcast.
Mm.
I haven't listened to an episode of the podcast.
Fake fans.
Wow, Ethan, I'm really disappointed in you.
Me too.
Wow,
It's
Massey,
okay.
calm down. Come on.
This is ridiculous. I can't
This-
believe
But,
this. Can you
I
hear how
would
fast
say
I'm
that,
typing?
I would say you're a
Hey.
car nerd. I think that qualifies as a nerd.
I don't think I'm a car nerd.
Or
I think I'm a car nerd.
It's a car nerd.
is Jesse a car nerd? I think they prefer car geeks, don't they?
Car guy.
Car guy. Oh, that's how they're spinning it. Wow.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I don't feel like I can call myself a car girl just yet.
I'm just an anime guy. You know what I mean?
I'm just a teenage nerd. Oh shit! I'm singing.
No, you can't sing that, Ethan. That's copyrighted.
Sorry.
I'm
I'm
just
just
an anime nerd.
Guy. Jesus.
Ugh. Nerd
Bag.
or guy? It's anime, isn't that nerd?
I have no idea.
I don't like where this conversation is going.
Anywho, so yeah,
Heath, do you have anything you want to talk about? Share with the group.
nothing's really interesting.
Nothing in the
That's
world
nice.
is interesting. But recently I bought this card game that's kind of like Cards Against Humanity. It's
Mhm.
called
What's it called?
It's called Super Fight,
It's called
and it's pretty fun.
Cards Against
So like,
Martians.
yeah, thanks, Ethan. So it's kind of like you play in a group, and every match is like one person versus another person. They pick up 3 cards, like 3 white, 3 black cards. The white cards are characters or people or like just beings, and then the black cards are attributes. And they will pick like 1 white card and 1 black card, and that's their character, and they both do that. And then they both reveal their characters to each other, and they have to argue why theirs would win in a fight over the others. And
That's
once they're
pretty
done
cool.
arguing, the rest of the people have to vote for who would win.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's
So then do you just win the battle, or is it like a hierarchy thing where then, like, if I win a battle with you, then I have to fight the winner of another battle?
so the winner stays on pretty much, but they have to keep the fighter they've got until they lose. But yeah, it's pretty cool, and it's first to 10 points, and it's a lot of fun. We had like one. I played with Cam and Paris the other night, and we had this one
And
where
I wasn't invited?
no one was invited,
Wow, Josh, that's pretty lame.
and
Cam and Paris
Anyways,
were invited.
there was one fight where I had to argue why Miley Cyrus, who could turn into like a water animal at will, would beat the crazy cat lady who had like a swarm of bloody radioactive bees with her or something. And then we revealed like a space card which like would say like we were fighting in the Arctic. And I don't know, it was just
Wow.
fun, like just cool shit like that. And then
Sounds interesting.
Cam got one bullshit card, which was like, you could pick any movie character. So we picked Thanos, and he just, we basically just decided, like, okay, we can't pick Thanos anymore. Because he just kept winning. Kept clicking. It's not fair.
They were
Yeah,
just
it
like,
doesn't sound fair at all.
it was like
No.
singing like another one, but it's just it's like, dun-dun.
There are some pretty, pretty like silly things in there that like you kind of have to just be like, okay, that's kind of stupid. Like, let's just pick another card.
Like what?
Like the thing that let Cam pick Thanos. That one. And
Well,
I've also got a bunch of expansions for it. So there's like the nerd deck, which has like characters from comic books and stuff, and then there's the inappropriate one, and then there was like some other stuff.
Of course you would have that, Josh.
Hey, look, I just bought the whole set. Alright, came with it. But yeah, it was pretty cool.
well, I think you need to invite me over so I can play and I can make an informed opinion on it.
Sure thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe next time. Also been playing Cards
Pretty
Against...
big
Not
maybe.
Cards Against, the Settlers of Catan.
What is that?
That I've always heard is good, but I've never delved into.
It's a good board game. It is. It's just annoying to set up. Because the board kind of has to be random every time, so it comes in pieces, and you have to like... Kind of like doing a puzzle, but every piece is a hexagon, so it's pretty easy to put together, but still annoying. But yeah, that was pretty
We
fun.
will try and make it different every time.
See.
Mm-hmm.
We'll all see.
Any other topics that we have done?
Oh my god. What about, I don't know, something to do with... I've been watching, right, Bassie's gone. He's back. Ethan was... Can you hear?
Mm-hmm.
I'm here.
Ethan just asked for a new topic, and I was going to mention, like... I need a drink, hang on.
What kind of topic do you want, Ethan? A fun one or a not fun one?
Probably more fun to make it a bit more lighthearted near the end.
Alright, a bit more lighthearted.
I was going to say, I've just, like, while I've been doing random stuff on the computer recently, I've been watching Bill Burr on the side, who's a comedian. And he talks a lot about, like, a lot of offensive... Do you know him, Ethan?
No.
Oh, I thought you sound like you did. But he's like an offensive comedian, like all out, just says everything. And it's kind of interesting how like these days it's really hard to like be offensive and get away with it on the internet.
Yeah.
I'm just sort of thinking like, what does everyone think about that? Like, should comedians watch what they say, or should they be allowed to just fucking say whatever they want?
Like the whole, you guys hear about Isaac Butterfield?
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, you hear about, like, that whole scandal? With
Oh.
him making a joke about, like, the Holocaust and then...
Oh, yeah, I did hear about that.
Yeah, and
I mean,
then,
it turned out he didn't even say what that person said that he said. He
Yeah.
actually had, like, a recording of it. He didn't say that at all.
which is pretty funny.
He made, like, a joke about something else and then just had a little hint of something. Oh, it's like the Holocaust. Ha ha ha. Just because it's ironic or something, and then
Yeah.
that's it. Someone got really upset.
And then it's like, you can't make that joke, because then someone got offended and, like, 30 news people got in on it, and just, like, got taken way out of hand,
Yeah.
to the point where it's like, what even is this?
Yeah, I think comedians have a really rough gig at the moment, like offensive comedians, because no one wants to hire them. Every like company and show is like really afraid of offending people and like doing that sort of thing.
But, like, on saying that, I find that type of humor, like, the best.
And the thing about that kind of humor is that like it makes us see that some things just aren't that big of a deal, or it helps us get over things. We get to laugh at things that we were afraid of, you know?
Yeah.
And it makes light on things that we shouldn't be too worried about. I don't know, it's hard to explain what I mean, but...
Yeah, I get what you mean. So it's like, it puts a more lighthearted spin on dark stuff.
Yeah, I think I watched an Isaac Butterfield video before, and he pretty much said that, like, you know, people get really offended over some of the things he said, but he went to, I think, the Northern Territory and did a show there where, like, 90% of his crowd was Aboriginal, and he just made a bunch of Aboriginal jokes, and they loved it. Like, they were just laughing their heads off at him.
Yeah,
Apparently.
it's all about the way you, like, someone can say something offensive to me, and I'll just laugh at it, because it's a good joke, and I don't really give a shit.
But, yeah, there just are people out there who do give a shit, and I don't know.
Yeah, which is annoying.
Have any input, Vassie?
Do you not think there's a limit to that, though?
Well,
I think there is. There's got to be some
of course
kind of
there's
like
a limit.
context or balancing of it. They've got to give. If they're going to give someone shit, then they've got to give themselves shit, and they've got to give everyone shit. You know. I think, yeah, there's a limit. This guy Bill Burr, he did a show a couple of years ago, apparently, where it was some place in America, and the crowd was just like they're known for that area in the town, like is known for they just heckle and heckle. Like two guys went up before him, and the crowd just spent the entire time booing him and like just making fun of him, and like so Bill Burr went out, and he literally spent the entire time just calling the crowd and just like. Just insulting them and they loved it. They actually he turned the whole crowd around just because he was insulting the entire town, all their sports teams and shit. And it was pretty funny.
That's like one of my favorite things to watch is like when people heckle and then the guy turns around and just roasts them. Absolutely alive. It's amazing.
Yeah, it goes to show that there are so many different places in the world and so many different kinds of people. That comedians have to they either have to be really careful or they got to make the decision to just not give a shit at all.
Yeah,
there's a fine line.
I think it's hard
but
to
I
know
do think
where the
obviously
line is
you wouldn't
as
go
well.
making jokes about things that happened really recently. It's got to be they have to be able to read the time.
Yeah, which is sometimes they don't do too well.
As long as they operate under the idea of just wanting to make people laugh, they don't want to offend anyone. It's all just about having fun and
yeah, it's always lighthearted.
But
always...
when someone is actually trying to offend people, that's when it's okay,
yeah, what the fuck?
Calm down, bro.
Yeah,
you there, Vassie?
Yeah, you guys keep dropping out, but my signal is 100%, so I don't know what's happening there.
I think Discord is just a bit shitty sometimes. We should probably get another program. There's TeamSpeak, which is just a really Discord is big. It's got games in it now and a bunch of other stuff, and it makes it just kind of a bit dodgy. But TeamSpeak is a really lightweight thing. Probably use that.
but anyway,
some other time.
back onto the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Vassie, you've always wanted to host a podcast, haven't you? I think I remember you saying you've always sort of
For the
wanted
last
to do your
6
own.
years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so what makes you want to run a podcast, and does tonight make a difference?
Is this how you imagined it?
No, I would most likely assign reading material beforehand.
Yep.
Because I'd like to talk more about current events and such.
Yeah.
Chat through what's going on, debrief about the world kind of thing, and digest it properly.
Updates on the plastic situation and
not necessarily just plastic, but
And then be
everything that's going on. I feel like it'd be nice to have somewhere to talk about what's going on and have others have their
I tell you
say
what,
on it too.
why I like the podcast it's mostly because when you're out with friends and stuff, you don't really talk about this sort of stuff. You're just having fun, messing around, whatever. It's
This
nice.
podcast.
Just podcasts in general, I would say, it's nice.
Do we not talk about Marvel every time we're together?
I don't think we've talked about Marvel too much this time.
I feel like that's a big topic. That we
No, I'm
always
just
talk
saying,
about.
it's nice having a serious conversation about serious things with friends for once. It's you don't really get that when you're out. You don't want to bring the mood down with serious topics, but when you're having a podcast and you're actually trying to discuss things, it's actually cool to just say what you think about stuff and talk and discuss. It's nice.
I think so, but I think a lot of people don't like discussing things with me, serious things, because I have very strong opinions.
Which is why the podcast is good. I feel like everyone has an even ground and they can just say what they want. Don't be afraid of saying stuff.
Yeah,
honestly.
I don't think I ever am. And if I was out with someone and I was having a serious discussion,
Yeah.
and I could see that what was happening, what I was saying was making them uncomfortable, I wouldn't continue to talk about it unless it was a topic that they needed to be uncomfortable about. of course.
But then
But-
over a podcast, you can't see if me and Josh are like really uncomfortable.
Oh, I think over time you get to learn a lot of social cues, and as long as you're listening for them, you'll hear when a topic becomes too much.
Yeah. See, I don't really understand that.
I think when you go onto the podcast as well, you kind of like it's kind of like a I don't know what the word is, implied agreement that, you know, to say what you want. And, you know, if someone has a problem, then you have to say it. Basically.
Well, that's it. And in the long and short of it, if Cam or Paris has a problem with it, they'll cut it.
Yeah, bastards.
Yeah. But I really like the idea of having a podcast and having a place where I can digest what's going on and people around me can have their say. But, you know, it's hard because nobody really wants to be on, like, a serious podcast.
So none of, like, I don't know, none of the people you know are really that interested?
No one's really that interested in it. I feel like everybody's got a podcast nowadays. I did have, like, a lot of names reserved because I was going to start a few, but then on my own it's not that interesting.
Yeah.
And nobody really wanted to talk, so it was a bit disheartening.
Well, that's a bit lame.
But that's why I'm here.
Yeah,
Rain,
that's
hail, or
good.
shine, whenever the chaotic voyage needs me.
It would be nice, I think, as well, if, like, you made it more structured and stuff. It's nice. But, you know, the Chaotic Voyage is chaotic. The name that will drag it down. It's where we start a mutiny. Because it's just, there's no formula. But, cut.
Yep.
It's cut. Didn't say anything. Vassy didn't even hear.
Yeah.
Vassy?
Yes?
I just, like, clapped because I cut what I said. I said something about mutiny, and then I was like, oh, good, she didn't even hear.
Ah, fair enough. Alright.
I was just saying, like, it'd be cool. I think the Chaotic Voyage is, you know, destined to be chaotic, so there's, like, no structure, which may or may not lead to its downfall. But I hope that if you get any experience from this and start your own podcast one day, you'll take some learnings. That a chaotic, unstructured thing is hard to listen to, maybe.
I don't think it's hard to listen to. I just think it...
Once it's edited,
makes-
it's all good.
Once it's edited, it's fine. But
Like, because it gets rid of all this
also-
like, awkwardness.
Yeah.
I feel like there's also like an element to it where it's very colloquial, and if you don't know the people on the podcast, it
Yeah.
can be hard to understand what's going on.
Definitely.
Very hard, which I feel is an area for improvement. But also, I think it's really fun to record. It's really fun to have a chat. And
Yeah.
Not
at
take
the
it
end
so
of the day-
seriously as well.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's the fun that's going to keep it going, and it's the fun that's going to keep the chaotic voyage afloat.
That's right.
Yeah.
Once it stops becoming fun, it becomes like a job, then you need to look at, like, is it giving you a return on investment? If not, is it really worth your time? That's
Yeah,
what you have.
I'm taking a break from my YouTubes right now. I just kind of burnt myself out.
Yeah, you were streaming a fair bit.
Yeah, I did start streaming. Streaming is, like, way better than YouTube for money. Like, oh my god. YouTube,
But there's a lot less going on too.
Were you making money off streaming?
I was. YouTube, I spent, like, what, 2 years just about, like, just uploading nearly every day. Not all in one go, but throughout the years, I reckon I would have spent that long uploading every day. And I made $100 in the first year. But the thing about YouTube is they only send out money if you make over $100.
X amount.
Yeah, so...
I've heard they're pretty shitty.
But oh my god, like... And then I streamed, like, 4 times, and then by that point I had unlocked the ability to get money from Twitch. Like, you become not a partner, there's an affiliate or something.
Yeah, they call it an affiliate.
And then within 2 streams, I had made about $150.
Wow.
Which was...
Do you stream for a long time though?
I streamed for about 3 hours, because I start kind of like at midnight.
So you
But,
made that in 2 streams?
Yeah. But obviously having a YouTube following helped. Because they sort
Yeah.
of just went from one place to the other instead of having to start fresh. People stream, like, every day, and they get, like, 1 viewer, and and they do that for just forever, and nothing ever happens. But I think starting on YouTube, massive help. And obviously I've got like a very select audience who watches what I do.
Yeah.
Very niche.
Which is kind of like why early on when Cam and Paris started the podcast, I kind of tried to encourage them to like be more structured, just because like if you pick specific topics and make the podcast just about those, it's really easy for people to search those things on YouTube or something and be like, oh, here's something about this. But because, and obviously they just want to have fun and like learn and just, you know, hang out and have some fun. So that's
They're
cool.
probably gonna cut all this.
Oh, it's okay to talk about the podcast and stuff, isn't it?
I guess.
I'd say so. We've already given them half an hour of content.
Yeah. I'm not shitting on it or anything. I'm just saying it's like a different thing. Like if they wanted to like really buckle down and try and get a following, then you got to try and pick like a niche thing and just like focus on that for a while and build up your audience. But
Yeah.
if you be really all over the place and chaotic like the Voyage is, then it's kind of hard to nail that audience
You don't think there's a niche
for just chaotic stuff and talking about random stuff.
for this podcast?
No, not really, because we're always just talking about so many different things. It's kind of like people do a podcast and they like just talk about games or they just talk about TV, and they become known for that. And
Like,
then they branch out later once they've got their following, and they sort of start
becomes
like
like a
slowly
trusted
sprinkling in
source.
different things.
So it's like,
I feel
Vassy,
like
if
there
you were
is a
doing
niche here.
like a podcast on like climate change, people would know to go to you for climate change tips and tricks with Vassy or some shit.
But I also acknowledge that like they don't care that much about, you know, becoming popular or anything. They just want to have fun and, you know, do their thing, which is cool. But I definitely think like if you wanted to make a podcast, Vassy, that you do
Didn't.
well
Oh my
by.
God.
Oh, she's gone. Just forgot I said that.
I feel like there is a niche here on the podcast.
And what is that niche?
Why, the niche is, which Marvel movie is your favourite?
I wish I'd asked that earlier. I just realised that you were trying to get someone to ask.
I was, but nobody was answering, so
I didn't pick up on it. I didn't realise you would. But yes.
I had to take my line back out and recast it.
No, that's good. That was a good one.
So, Josh, after seeing Avengers Endgame, which Marvel movie is your favourite?
Holy shit, this is Cam. Batty, where have you gone?
I'm the captain now.
Do I actually have to
Look
answer
at
that
me.
question?
Yes.
I am the captain now.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Endgame.
Is that land I see in the distance?
Huh.
Like and subscribe, fam. See you next week. Stay chaotic.
Peace. Thank you.
Bye!
See you. Alright.
I'm gonna stop recording.
Goodbye.